Hi everybody. I've been wanting to be making this video for a very long time, and I just never got around to doing it. And this is, my first video, so I'm kind of nervous, and I'm hoping that I don't stumble all over the place. I wanted to talk about how it is to be in a relationship with not just a bipolar person, but a bipolar person who's not on any medication. Um, it is extremely, excruciatingly hard to be in a relationship with this kind of person. I just got out of a relationship, and well, actually, we keep going back and forth with each other, but it's really coming to that point where I absolutely cannot take it anymore. And it's very confusing for me because, this person has a lot of heart, and let me just make sure this is good. Sorry about that. Just an amazing woman, and I love her very much. The only thing that's getting in the way is her bipolar and the fact that she's not on any medication. And, most people who are bipolar and they're not taking any medication, it is highly likely that that person's either taking drugs or they are raging alcoholics, because they really basically have to cope somehow, and to be off of those things, to not be on any medication, and to be off of and to not be taking drugs, and to not be having any alcohol in their system. Basically, they have moments of normalcy where you can just, anybody else, the standard person, can just calm down, relax, lay in bed, and think about their day. Bipolar people, they pretty much can't do that, because when they do that, it's kind of like they're left with their demons, and they're faced, within the quiet, they're faced with some very uncomfortable thoughts, and so, I was looking out on the internet, and I was looking everywhere, for some support. And there really wasn't that much information. There was information about, bipolar and being in relationships, etc., and they actually really support it. But, you may disagree with me, but, I'm going to let you know that if that bipolar person is not on any medication, you are going to go through hell and back. Because these people, this person, even though, I love this person very much, it's a roller coaster ride. And, what they basically do is take their partner along that roller coaster ride with them, so, within the moment, we get excruciatingly happy, we're like all over the place, we're like, dancing, listening to music, laughing, having lots of fun, just spending some amazing time together. And literally 5 minutes from then, they can totally, she will totally turn it completely around. She can get very violent. She will start asking me questions like, are you cheating on me? I have this very strong feeling that you're doing that, even though I call you a million times a day and I never give you a break to be able to cheat. So she never gives me that. So I'm not a cheater, and she knows very well that I am not a cheater, but, she has these moments where she's completely and totally consumed with, these insecurities, And I basically think that it's coming from, a part of their mind where, they can't help the thoughts that they have. Um, you know, for the we're going on. It would be going on 4 years, and for the first 2 years, um, she was extremely physically violent with me. I mean, it was definitely it was definitely crazy. Um, it was very confusing for me because, I've been in other relationships, but this one was very, very different for me in the fact that, she really was in love with me, or is in love with me, and, I felt the same, and this is for like my first lesbian relationship. And so there was like a lot of things in the mix that um, I just felt like I needed to stay, you know what I mean? And I also felt like a huge responsibility for her in a sense, so it's kind of like I felt like it was kind of like sick on sick, you know what I mean? I didn't go in the relationship feeling this way, but definitely leaving out with, an understanding that it's definitely not a healthy relationship. So anywho, so back to what I was saying. So the roller coaster ride, she will take me with her on that. So she will be happy one moment, we would be happy one moment together, and the next we'd be in the depths of despair because I'm like, what's going on? I don't understand. We were just laughing and having fun. Well, why are you coming at me like this? I don't understand. And like she would get very, very emotionally abusive, verbally abusive, physically abusive. Um, it was really hard for me and very, very confusing. And I spent a lot of my time trying to figure out what's going on. Like, what's going on? I just, it's very, very baffling for me. And the other thing is that, like I said, the alcoholism, she was an alcoholic. Actually got her off of drugs. So she's like actually 4 years sober off of a very heavy cocaine addiction. Um, the alcoholism is still there, you know, but she just drinks to the point where it's like insane, and there's nothing really you can do about that. I mean, like, she's not going to be on any medication. She refuses to take the medication. She doesn't like how she is on medication. She gets very slow, very lethargic. She just wants to lay there, not doing anything. And she's the type of person who needs to always be on the go, always have something going on. Like just always, always, always going, 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 going. I don't know if that's a part. I always say that she's ADHD. Um, it's just, it is really, really hard, to love somebody so much and have to deal with your partner's, you know, sickness, basically. Um, sometimes she would come into my apartment and she would feel like she doesn't really know me, like she just met me like maybe a week ago, and she would come in my apartment. She wouldn't settle down. Like, she would keep her boots on or her shoes on and kind of just walk around. Like, I really felt like sometimes it really wasn't her, so every time that she would come home or come to my apartment, I really didn't know who would come to my door. I you know I didn't know if I'm going to be able to run up to her and give her a hug, or run up to her and joke around, or is it when she comes to that door, do I have to stand back and figure out who it is that's coming through my door today? Like, even within the day, she would pretty much like